I keep mentioning Cowboys Niners as the game of the century of the season for week 5, which isn't even fair because we haven't gotten to the game of the century of the season for week 4, which was Dolphins Bills. So let's go there now. Item number 3 on the Sunday 6, going up to Buffalo, where the Bills might not be undefeated, but they are officially the hottest team in the NFL right now, in my opinion, having just totally given the Miami Dolphins some work. Remember, the Bills almost felt like an afterthought in this game because Miami hung 70 points on Denver the week before. And what do the Bills do but just hang nearly 50 points on their division rivals as a nice little way of saying, hey, we're still here. We've won the division the last few years, and we're still pretty good. This did not turn out to be the game of the season. It sure looked like it for about 25 minutes of game time. Back and forth, back and forth. Each team trading touchdowns. I think it was 21-14 with 10 minutes to play in the first half. It looked like last team with the ball wins. It looked like both of these teams might score 70 points. And then the Bills just pulled away. Well, we've seen this a few times over the course of Josh Allen's career. We know he's good. But every now and then the Bills go into this supernova mode where there's just not much you can do with them. Remember, I think it was 2 seasons ago in the wild card playoffs, the Bills beat the Patriots 47-7. They didn't punt that night. Like all of their drives went for touchdowns. That's what this game reminded me of. Josh Allen, 21 of 25 for 320 yards, 5 total touchdowns. Him and Stephon Diggs picked on the Dolphins secondary. Remember, an underrated storyline is that Jalen Ramsey is missing from this Miami secondary right now with a knee injury. His absence loomed large in this game. Stephon Diggs goes for 3 touchdowns. The Bills got points on 8 of their 11 true possessions in this game. They technically had 12. It was a kneel down at the end of the first half. The 11 times they had the ball with an opportunity to score, they got points 8 times. And another one was just killing off the clock at the end of the game. The Dolphins had no answer for them. And when Josh Allen is doing his thing, making correct decisions, not forcing things, not making bad choices, this is what it can look like. On the flip side, and the difference in this game, we mentioned it in the preview, I think the Bills are the more all-around complete team. Remember, second in total defense, 5th in total offense. Well, their defense showed up in a big way today. Secondary confused Tua Tagovailoa just enough. Dolphins score 14 points on their first 2 possessions, but then they start getting bogged down. They punted 3 times in this game. They'd only punted 5 times on the season coming in. Bills veteran secondary, unfortunately, they lose Tre'Davious White to a severe injury in this game. Unfortunate, but still managed to hold the Dolphins down by their lofty standards. Again, this is an offense that people are trying to come up with a nickname for, and the Bills held them to 393 yards, which when a team can rack up 400 yards of offense and you beat them by almost 30 points, clearly you're doing something right. I don't think you can say enough about the Bills' pass rush. I think people were down on them with Von Miller being out due to injury. Well, Von Miller's slated to start practicing soon. And then you see guys in his absence, you see guys like Ed Oliver, Gregory Rousseau, Leonard Floyd getting after the quarterback. The Bills sacked Tua 4 times in this game. He'd only been sacked 1 time all season coming into this game. And that's all it takes. All it takes is 1 interception by Tua, a couple of punts, and with the efficiency we saw from the Bills offense, that's how you have 400 yards of offense and you wind up losing by 4 scores. Again, like looking at the box score, the Dolphins played a perfectly good game. They ran for 150 yards. Devon Achane and that Dolphins ground attack still look plenty potent. It's just hard to keep up with a team that you have no answers for defensively. And that's what happened here. That's how a game that was looking like a classic about halfway through turned into a laugher by the second half. Like I was, you're trying to keep tabs on 8 different games on a Sunday afternoon. By the late 3rd quarter, I was looking elsewhere because it was obvious where this one was headed. If not for a Josh Allen meltdown at MetLife against the Jets in week 1, we are talking about the Bills in similarly glowing terms of what we were doing for the Dolphins just a couple days ago. And I'm guessing whatever little bit of the Bills was under the radar before today, it's not going to be that way anymore. They are back in a big way. They go to London to face Trevor Lawrence and the Jags in a game that I am definitely getting up early to watch.